Ah, geez. Apparently, the Pokemon Company made a second trailer for Grafaiai that is more like a traditional new Pokemon reveal, but I already did a video breaking down the website, so I guess I just have to remake the thing. Let's go and see what's going on with Grafaiai. So, the trees are actually in-game. This is a forested part of the game. And the little freak just gets weirder and weird. Nah, I'm not having any of that. Also, the people that are like, yo, that looks like an eye. I don't know what drugs you're on. I don't know what drugs the creator of this thing were on. And I don't even know what drugs this thing is on. But still, like, nah. Just, that's all I have to say about it, is just nah. And what in the world? That was my reaction when I refreshed the page and I saw this. Let's see, do we have an update for Grafaiai? There's, jeez, what is that? What? It's, the generation just is not Pokemon. It's blobs or just weak design that's being carried by name alone. Fido is not a good or cute Pokemon. Look at that face. That's the mug of an old cartoon man. There is no like potential cool puppy design or dog in there. It's just ugly. It has the face of George Jetson's boss, and I hope that ruins Fido for you. And now we get to Grafaiai, and man, when I saw this, the hope had left again. And you could see it in my thumbnail of the last video. I think the thumbnail was perfect for like the exact frame. You could see the life drain from my eyes. But even then, like, everything is wrong and weird and just doesn't seem like it works. But let's kind of see what's going on with the eye. Now the problem is, a lot of pictures make it look cracked out. And while it is kind of weird and ugly looking thing, it's also nocturnal, so when you flash a bright light in its face, it's not gonna respond well. But then we can get like a cute looking one when it's more domesticated. But I guess because like the territorial nature and all the lore behind this, fine. But why are its eyes so big? It all doesn't come together and work out. Also, Madagascar has an eye. Maurice is an eye, and they made it work. And also because of like the extended Madagascar lore and family and the King Julian show and stuff. Why not work off of that? You got like source material of cartoonization of the eye, and you can make it work and also adapt in Pokemon and still have it make sense. And people are gonna, like, my initial reaction was like, oh my god, what's going on with that thing's fingers? I guess they're like trying to go for, you know, mimicking the position of holding a spray paint can, but it's just too ET. It's just too weird. It's alien instead of an eye. And I guess maybe that's it. People are like, oh, this creature, this thing looks like an alien. So maybe that was actually like a part of the design influence, but that's not an excuse for bad design. And people go say, well, it's a long-fingered lemur, so it makes sense. Once again, not an excuse for bad design. You don't have to completely roll with that, especially if you're trying to adapt it into a fantasy, some kind of crazy fantasy creature like we see with Pokemon. And again, when it's been done well before, it's like, it looks like some punk kid with a hoodie on. He's got like an inquisitive look, like he's trying to plan out his next tag, but also has a rat face. And then like the little spiky hair. Like the best I can say is like, yeah, the bottom half of it, the legs and the tail, that's lemur-like. Okay. But then everything about that, like how did this design, like what was the point? What was the purpose? That's not it. This ain't it. And what gets me is it feels close. And maybe it's also like the name, which also conflicts because lemurs are not monkeys. Google it. I did. The toxic monkey Pokemon. So I mean, like, it's got I in its name, so we have an expectation, and maybe Madagascar kind of ruined that. Maybe a more expectation of something a bit more between a lemur and an eye, and not going for the most like weird thing possible was an expectation of that as well. But it's like, I don't know. It seems like there's two different designs here between like Alien and Lemur more than going for an eye, and it just does. I don't like it, but I feel like it was close. You know, like, okay, the hoodie theme, maybe not going as like thematic with the weird finger shenanigans going on. Yo, what if this thing was a possum? That would have been hype. Morphing that design into like an opossum Pokemon, that I think would have been way more successful, but because Spain and trying to like tie in all this stuff, it really feels like the modern Pokemon have gotten way too gimmicky for their own good. I thought it was really cool in Generation 7. Generation 7 is my favorite generation of Pokemon when it comes to overall design strength, so you can't even call me a Gen 1er, because Generation 7 is my favorite generation for Pokemon designs, and that's still recent. And most of them were really good. There's very few I don't like, and that's kind of where we started to see this cute thing where it's like, oh, every new Pokemon gets some kind of hidden, or like some kind of new move, new type combination, or new ability or something, a very heavy theme on that Pokemon. But then when you get it for all of Generation 8, it starts to get a little tiring. And then when you do it for all of Generation 9, it's just played out. Like, you can just make simple Pokemon designs, and this thing seems to be a victim of over-design, but also just being deliberately far too strange for what is expected out of Pokemon. And that's why I go back and I like look at this. None of them are Pokemon, except for the one that's a direct base of a Pokemon from Generation 2. Smoliv is an ambiguous blob. Palmy is an ambiguous blob that doesn't even fit the feel of what a Pika clone should be. Lechonk, again, it's just like an unimpressive pig that isn't even a good design that's being 100% carried by the name. Same thing for Fido. Cyclizar. This, like, and the Pokemon are either just unimpressive blobs or seem like they're from a different franchise. Palmies seems like it's from some kind of Friendmon knockoff that you would see in a Facebook ad or a mobile game that's also just like ripping Pokemon assets anyways. Cyclizar, that just seems like different franchise. Titan's just weird. That's an abomination, especially when it opens its mouth. Koraidon, Miraidon, these are Monster Hunter mixed with Digimon more than anything. Why does it have a tire just jammed into its neck when it runs on all fours anyways? And I don't like Miraidon either. Like, that's a Pokemon? What? That's a Pokemon? We have to live with this. There's no going back, Game Freak. That's now it. That's permanent. We just live with that for the rest of our lives. And that's like it. That's it. Like the starters. And then 2 legendary Pokemon. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 extra designs, and one of them is a regional variant. And that kind of brings me back to when I was going over the trailers for Pokemon Sun and Moon, because this reveal for Grafaiai was also, like, it felt overdone. We just got the random Slandit drop, which is closer to just this trailer, and that was hype. That was fine. I think it also tied into either the Korean Championships or some, like, other Asian Cup. It was like, wow, we're just getting random Pokemon drops after we get 7 Pokemon revealed. We got as many new Pokemon revealed in a single July trailer as we have for all of Generation 9 in September. If we remove, like, the formality Pokemon, like the starters and the legendaries. And, yeah, this hit. Like, Tapu Koko, we're seeing legendaries? We're seeing what the Alola region is building into? Alright. Also, Chargebug. It's a USB bus. That's how you make a design pun that works. Vigavolt just looks awesome. Cool. Drampo, we got Snoop Dragon. Okay, Bruxish is one of the few designs I don't like about Generation 7. Cutiefly, that's fine by me. Togedemaru, the Pika clone makes sense. And then we got 6 Pokemon revealed July 19th. Not even 3 weeks later, and you get to see them in the thumbnail. The random drop, the just flood of overly saturated, great island vibes, and all the new Pokemon worked so well, and the designs were good to back it up. Man, like nothing about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's reveals have caught up to just the magic that we had for Generation 7 and 2016 Pokemon in general. And that's not to say I don't like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It was the same for Pokemon Sword and Shield. I don't like the Generation 8 designs. Pokemon Sword and Shield are my 3rd favorite Pokemon games, behind Pokemon Let's Go and Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I have only said Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are looking to be the best Pokemon games because the open world is shaping up to be amazing. The map, I've gushed about the map. I've gushed about terastallizing being what competitive Pokemon needs, learning from the mistakes of Megas, Z-moves, and Dynamax, and giving us the ultimate competitive feature. All the gameplay coming out of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is looking amazing. It's just this weird new trend with Pokemon designs that I'm not vibing with. Generation 8 was weird. Pokemon Legends Arceus. These designs were awful. Like, they just threw away all the potential of a regional variant Arcanine, which has been hyped up since everyone wanted to see it for Generation 7. Like, Hisuian Growlithe, that looks good. That fits. Hisuian Zoroark and Zorua, Zorua's cute, Zora looks cool, and that's about it. Voltorb and Electrode are stupid. Everything else is just stupid or irredeemably awful. What's that? Why? Like, Lilligant, like the Hisuian Lilligant actually kind of has these just very uncanny valley vibes that I'm getting from a lot of Generation 9. They massacred my boy. They massacred everyone else's boys. Hisuian Avalugg just doesn't make any sense. Why? Why? Absolutely not. Just no, and then the worst designs possible for Palkia and Dialga, which also had their own build-up where it's like, ooh, Primal, Dialga, and Palkia. That's going to be pretty cool. Or we also had, like, yeah, there's even the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon shenanigans into that. Nah, just going to throw all that away because Pokemon Legends makes no sense, has no care for Pokemon lore whatsoever, just complete made-up nonsense, and then the designs, like, there was just zero care. There was just zero care in all of Pokemon Legends, and now, like, whatever philosophy is shaping Generation 9 just also doesn't come together. Also, it's kind of hard to find the Pokemon because you don't go to Pokemon. You have to scroll down and then go here to see them all. And then we go to Grafaiai and yeah. Like, I feel like if you try to make a Pokemon that's going to be a graffiti artist, that captures the essence. But the design is just way too weird to follow through on it. And now we've gotten so deep into the video, the actual details of Grafaiai don't even matter, so it's a moody Pokemon with a fastidious disposition. I'm just a child. What is that big word doing here? It doesn't form packs, preferring to roam alone. The documentary told us that. Constantly caught up in territorial struggles with other Pokemon. Toxic Monkey. Poison Normal, that's a new typing. And then Unburdened Poison Touch. Like, I guess because this Pokemon doesn't have a paintbrush, it's not going to sketch. So, like, Smeargle's safe, but also doesn't look to be in it. But that also makes sense, because Smeargle not being in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet makes balancing Terrastal so much better. Same thing with not having Shedinja in the game. Unburden's a very powerful ability, but this thing doesn't look like it evolves. Because, like, the whole theme and, like, the whole force is built around this. And they just kind of, like, squeeze in an evolution. That would be weird, especially because other trailers have had no problem just being like, here's the Pokemon reveal. Here's its evolution reveal. We're going to add a bit more, like, to this actual content drop. But nah. So, that could be a problem. But then, like, yeah, this looks like it's going to have the Thievul treatment, where Thievul has Unburdened. Thievul has some cool combos going on. But it doesn't matter because it just got those middling Pokemon stats, and this seems like something that's going to have somewhat pre-evolution stats because it's just a small boy. Poison Normal could have a cool thing behind it. Unburdened could have a cool thing behind it. But you can't even, like, survive. Then what's the point? Poison Touch never really took off. Something Nocturnal, something, Territory, Traps, Danger, Poison. Like, that's like another thing. It's using the berries for paint, but the biology of this Pokemon actually makes it poisonous, which kind of makes sense since we have this ooze dripping out of it, and it sneezes on things to paint them. And it just feels forced. Again, just kind of like going into that over-design, you know, one of those things like, oh, Hisuian Zoroark finally brought us the Ghost Normal. Oh, Grafaiai, random Generation 9 Pokemon, that's gonna bring us the Poison Normal. And it just seems like a force to make the missing pieces fit instead of just organically designed Pokemon. That's where a lot of Pokemon design has been lost over the last, like, couple of generations. But again, it seems like the same pitfalls that made Generation 5 the worst generation in Pokemon. It's rough. I don't know where we go from here, but that ain't it.